Hi guys, Harry here from the Art Gear Guide. Thanks very much for joining me today. As you can see, I'm doing a review of the Caran D'Ache Neocolor II water soluble pastels, or crayons, whatever way you want to call them. But before I get into the review, I just want to say something very quickly. I've been getting some comments, not lots, but some comments of people saying, you talk too much in your videos are too long, blah blah blah, that type of thing. And I just want you to know, I am mindful of the fact that I do ramble on a little bit, and I am trying to take that into consideration when I'm doing these videos and make sure that I talk about the product and talk about the product only, and not run off on a tangent and something different. Unfortunately guys, due to all my medical issues and all the rest of it, and I'm not looking for sympathy or people to go, oh, they're there, but the fact of the matter remains, I don't get out, I'm not out working or anything like that, so I'm not with other adults during the day, which is what I would much rather be doing. I'm stuck here, I don't have anybody to talk to or anything like that, so when I make these videos, which is one of the reasons why I love making the videos, it gives me a chance to talk, it gives me a chance to open up, and talking to this camcorder is almost like talking to you guys. So therefore I tend to strike up a conversation even though nobody's talking back to me, but it just feels like that, and it gives me a little bit of an outlet, which is one of the reasons why I was saying, that art and making these videos and stuff like that has helped me tremendously in terms of depression and PTSD, that type of stuff. So I do apologise, I am trying to be mindful of the fact, and I am trying to reduce the waffle. Anyway, straight on to the review. So as you can see here, I've got the Caran D'Ache Neocolor II. It's a 30 set. They're water soluble crayons or pastels, whichever way you want to call them. When I first seen these, I bought these a while ago, but when I first seen these, I couldn't help reminisce a little bit about when I was a little boy and the crayons that we used to have at school. We would have our little fat fists around these crayons and we'd be scrubbing away trying to create these colours and all the rest of it, and you really couldn't get much done with the crayons that we had at school, and I'm sure a lot of you guys can remember it exactly the same. When I give crayons to my kids whenever they were younger, it was the same type of thing. You would give them a sheet of paper, these crayons, their little fat fists would go around the crayons and they would scrub as hard as they could, try and get some colour down and all the rest of it, and not do it very successfully. These, however, are completely different. These are on a different planet completely. With regards to those types of crayons that we can all love and remember, and probably our first introduction to art for those of you that have gone on to be these fantastic artists now, was your introduction to those types of crayons. So for me, when I opened these and I first started using them and stuff like that, I got that kind of like that flashback moment of these crayons, because they do look exactly the same as the crayons that we used to use, but like I say, they are a world apart, and we will get into that in a second when I get round to doing the actual reviewing of the pastels. So the first thing first, the sets that are available in this, they come in a set of 10, 15, 30, 40, 84, and there is a set of 126. They also come open stock, and incredibly, believe it or not, even though they do look like a kid's art material, which they can be used by kids, but they're very much artist grade material. Each and every one of these pastels or crayons have a light fast rating, and in Caran D'Ache style, the light fast rating on all of these are incredibly high. The vast majority of them, in any case. I've got to say this, and it probably comes through on some of these reviews. I try to remain completely impartial with every review I do. I try to pick up faults. I try to make sure that I'm given a completely accurate and honest description of how I view the particular product. But there's just something about doing Caran D'Ache products. The products that I've done so far of Caran D'Ache with the reviews have been, absolute craftsmanship, beautiful products, and using them is a delight, and reviewing them is an absolute pleasure as well. So although I try not to have a favourite or anything like that, I try to look at everything completely impartially. It is really, really difficult to withstand the pleasures of working with Caran D'Ache products. So like I said, I've just given you the different sets that are available in the Neocolor II. There's, with the 84, you can also get that in this beautiful Caran D'Ache box set, wooden box, which is absolutely beautiful. There'll be an image up of it there on the screen. You can have a look at it. But it is beautiful, just like all the other box sets that are available with Caran D'Ache. So before I get into doing the actual testing of them, when I was telling you about the light fast ratings on them, with the 126 set, which is the biggest set they do of the Neocolor, they rate these in a rating of stars. So 1 star is the worst light fast rating, and 3 star is the highest light fast rating. So out of 126, 10 of them are 1 star rating, 69 are 3 star rating, and 37 are 2 star rating. So as you can see, you know, any artist that's going to be doing a project with these Neocolor pastels, you're not going to have any issues. Perhaps maybe with the 10 that are 1 star rated, but you're not going to have any issues in terms of light fast and you know, longevity with the project that you're going to use. So anyway, that being said, let's get into these and see how these work. Okay, so I'm just going to take a couple of colours out here, some really bright colours. Let's see what I've got here. We'll go for that blue as well. Okay, so before I get started in here, as you can see on the actual pastels themselves, they've got this paper wrapped around them. And you can see here along the side, you've got these little arrows. Basically, that allows you to tear off the paper in little sections, so that if you're using them and they're wearing down and stuff like that, you're not having to rip the paper off in its entirety. So it still gives you a level of protection right the way to the end of the paper. Also, as you can see here along the side, it says Neocolor II, which just lets you know, because they have a Neocolor I, which I believe isn't water soluble. So if you've got a whole selection of these, it is handy to know which one you're using before you start trying to activate it. Below that, it does say that it's water soluble wax pastel, and then below that again, it has the name of the colour in 3 different languages. So this one here is light blue. Then underneath that there you have the barcode, and that's pretty much it. You've got the Caran D'Ache logo as well, and that's it. So let's get into using this. Now I will zoom in a little second, but although these are water soluble crayons or pastels, I suppose I better keep referring to pastels and not crayons, because that's what they're, you know, that's what Caran D'Ache brand them as, pastels and not crayons, even though when you look at them that's basically what you think of, or what I think of. But as you can see here, I've just got some watercolor paper. This is a 300 GSM watercolor card, and like I say, you can use these dry. They don't have to be used and activated or anything like that. A lot of people that I know I've used these on backgrounds, that type of thing. In actual fact, the image that I'm showing you now, the background that I created on this particular piece was done with these Neocolor pastels. It just helped me create what I wanted to create. You know, it was a big area, and it was easy to cover with these. So I've laid down those 3 colours there, and as you can see here, I have my Caran D'Ache watercolour pen, and I've got a little bit of tissue paper. And the mark of a really good water soluble pencil or pastel is that when it's activated, the entirety of the pigment dissolves, and not disappears, but is turned into paint, basically. You tend to find, if you have like a lower grade pigment in a water soluble pastel like this, or a pencil, underneath where you've activated it, you will still see some of the lines that the pencil has made or the pastel has made. But as you can see here, I'll try and zoom in a little bit closer once I've done this, but you still might be able to see that there's absolutely no residue underneath that. The entirety of the pigment is activating, it's dissolving, it's turning into paint, which is what it's supposed to do. And you can see here the colours are just gorgeous. They're so bright and vibrant, and obviously, you know, it pulls out really well. You can pull this colour out as far as you want it to go, and the transparency of it is really good as well. But having said that, you know, they are incredibly opaque as well, so they really are a very versatile art medium. And finally here, this beautiful green, and you can see there as well, it completely, once activated with the water, it's completely gone. There's no marks underneath it or anything like that. No lines where the pastel has made when I initially laid it down. Now, another way that you can use these, and I'm sure, you know, seasoned watercolor specialists or artists will already know this, but for those of you that are new to watercolor, that type of thing, there's lots of different ways that you can use these, and one of the ways is just to, and this will give you a little bit more accuracy, I suppose, whenever you're doing some painting or whatever, because you're not going to get the accuracy with the actual pastel. So another good way of doing this is to wet your brush a little bit and just rub along the end, the tip of the actual pastel, and then that'll give you your accuracy to get your detail in whatever project you're needing to do, rather than just using the pastel. Because as you can imagine, with a pastel like this, you cut these and make them a little bit pointier and stuff like that, and turn it into like a pencil. But with this type of method, you're going to get the accuracy that you want. And obviously, you don't have to use these water brushes. You can use proper watercolor paint brushes, which will, whatever you're used to using. Another way that you can use these is by wetting the paper. This is where I'm probably going to mess up here now. Wetting the paper as best you can. And a lot of people do like these beautiful galaxy scenes, that type of thing. So you can wet the paper and then get like an X-Acto knife or a Stanley knife, whatever you want to use, and then you can scrape it into the water, and it'll just start to dissolve and stuff like that and create the desired effects that you want. I think I've maybe put a little bit too much water, or not enough water on there, but you get the idea. You can see the effects there that's coming out. I haven't wet the paper enough, but you get the idea. And you can also use these on materials and stuff like that. I was reading somewhere that people can use these on materials. You wet the material, you create your design with the pastels, then you get some cloth, put it over the top of it, and iron the design onto the material. I haven't actually tried that myself, so I can't verify or confirm whether that works or anything like that, but it is something I read on a website when I was doing a little bit of research on this, and it was on a Caran D'Ache website, so it wasn't something just off another blogger's website. Whenever I'm trying to do research on these, I go directly to the manufacturer rather than trying to pick up little bits from other reviewers or anything like that. Not that other reviewers are wrong, it's just when I'm trying to get the information down, I would rather get it straight from the company rather than just like, you know, taking little bits from different people. So that's that. So you can see there that the level of pigment in these, the quality of it is incredibly high quality, and it's exactly what you know you're going to get whenever you buy any Caran D'Ache products, really. I will say this, and unfortunately I can't demonstrate it with this set because I don't have any of these particular colours, but I have seen with friends of mine online that have got the bigger sets of the Caran D'Ache Neocolor II, and this applies with these particular colours right across the board. But with the metallic colours, I think in the larger sets you get like a gold, a silver and a bronze, and the friends of mine that are online, when they had those sets, they had problems with those three colours. In particular, laying the colour down on the paper, that was a problem. It didn't really lay down that well at all, and when it was activated with the water, again, there wasn't really much of an activation with it. So, but having said that, I've used colour pencil sets that have come with a gold or a silver in it, and those don't seem to lay down very well either. So I'm guessing that it's got something to do with the metallicness within the pigments, whatever it is that makes that pigment, that particular pigment, metallic. But I'm just letting you know, so if you do decide to go and get a bigger set and you have some of the metallic colours, or perhaps maybe you're wanting to get a bigger set because of the metallic colours in it, just bear that in mind, that you might have a little bit of a problem with those metallic colours. But again, that's got nothing to do with the manufacturing. From what I can see, from what I've read, from what I've learned from all the other different people, and my own experiences with metallic colours in coloured pencils and watercolours, watercolour like pencils, those metallic colours just don't really work that well. I think that's about it, guys. The costs of these sets. So before I go, when I was going through the different sets and stuff like that, I went through the US and the UK and just came up with some of the prices on Amazon, because I think that's probably the best way to do this, rather than trying to go to different stores and what have you and give you a price comparison. But for here in the UK, the prices for the UK, first of all, for the 10 set, it's about £11. For the 15 set, it's £15. For the 30 set, it's £30. The 40 set is about £50. The 84 tin set is £104, and the 84 box set is £172, and the 126 tin set is approximately £349. Now in the US, again on Amazon, the 10 set is $15, the 15 set is $20, the 30 set is $48, the 40 set is $70, the 84 tin is $149, and the 84 box set is $219. Now at the time of doing this review, I didn't see a 126 set on the US Amazon site, so I don't have a price for that. But nevertheless, you can judge for yourself there that it's pretty much going to be around about the same as the UK price, maybe $360, whatever. But don't take my word for that. Just double check it on Amazon before you start looking for it or anything like that. I don't have any European prices because when I went on Amazon, my system started causing problems and all the rest of it. It wasn't giving me accurate readings, and so that was more to do with me than actually Amazon or anything like that. So I haven't got those prices on this particular video, but I will have the prices for Europe and Australia over on the Art Gear Guide. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video, and like I said at the beginning, I will try to cut down on the waffle. If you've enjoyed this video, please share it with people who you think might benefit from it as well. Don't forget, you can go across to the Art Gear Guide, and I'm starting to put a lot more content up over there. Any art projects that I'm doing, because I would love to be doing some of these videos, you know, where people do the speed drawings and stuff like that, but I'm not 100% sure how to do those, how to set them up and edit them and all the rest of it. So for the time being, I have projects over on the Art Gear Guide, and I just have images taken at various different stages of work in progress projects that I'm doing. So you can go across and have a look at some of those if you like. You can also follow me on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. I'm pretty prolific on Instagram at the minute, with again putting up work in progress shots of different drawings that I'm doing, that type of thing. And that is really about it. One last thing before I go, don't forget, it is February, and the February edition of Coloured Pencil magazine is out. So I suggest, highly recommend, that you go across to Coloured Pencil magazine and get yourself a copy of this, whether it's a digital copy or whether you get the printed copy. It's entirely up to yourself, but all the prices and everything are over there. There's always some sort of fantastic deal going on with Coloured Pencil magazine. But you know, don't be just getting this for my reviews, although my reviews are in this and it's the best thing in the world that's ever happened to me. But the information that you can get in this magazine is just phenomenal. The featured artists that is always got from Coloured Pencil magazine, they are excellent. The information that you get from these artists is fantastic, and then there's loads and loads of other people that contribute to this that make the whole thing just fantastic. And of course, you know, I say this every time, I just don't know how Sally is producing such a fantastic magazine, but go across, see for yourself, get a copy of the magazine, or subscribe and whatever you want, but it's definitely worth having a look at. And that's it, guys. Thanks very much for watching. I will see you again next time, and be safe and have a nice day. Bye.